episode 3 of the podcast Let's Talk About Change Management. I'm your host Isabella Brusati, and today I will talk about the importance of storytelling when it comes to change management. Since the beginning of times, storytelling has been a very powerful tool to create a sense of community and a sense of belonging. Our ancestors told stories around the fire. Now, many people tell stories using social media. However, due to the level of noise we are surrounded by, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, just to make few examples, it is not easy to stand out from the crowd. In order to increase the probability that impacted employees will come on board when it comes to a change initiative, you need to focus on telling a compelling story. It is a balancing act between being motivating and being realistic. In their Harvard Business Review article, Storytelling That Drives Bold Change, Frances Frey and Anne Morris discuss how to structure your storytelling during a change initiative. There are 3 sections to focus on. Number 1, start by honoring the past. It is not unusual when implementing change to look forward without celebrating where an organization is coming from. I find this a mistake, particularly damaging when it comes to mergers and acquisitions. The message that comes across is, we will be better together, as in the past, you were not that great, right? Not a very motivating message, considering that during change, people are often fatigued and tired, and that this initiative is just one in the many they are being impacted by, with every single initiative that promises to be the silver bullet. One of the biggest fears employees face is that as a result of a change, they will be working in a completely different environment, in a company whose values they do not identify with. It is worth considering to mention what the initiative will not change. When talking about the past, share the positive about it, honor the company history, and also make amends for past mistakes. Bear in mind that it has to be sincere, not just a tick-the-box exercise, as people can sense when the message and the messengers are not genuine. Understand the topic deeply so that you can define it simply. There are people that lack knowledge and they try to overcome this challenge by filling in the conversation with void, or even worse, self-centered void. I am, I do, I did. And there are also people that completely ignore their audience and miss the mark completely by explaining concepts in a technical way, again focusing on their ego rather than getting the message across. Before you communicate, make sure that you understand the challenge and your audience. Think about the language that is most relevant for them and not your ego. On talking about EBITDA, growth during town halls, when this concept was fully understood only by 5% of the population at best, it's not a good choice. This means being a little bit short-sighted and focusing more on the ego than getting the message across in a motivating and concise way. Number 2, the why of change. This comes after honoring the past, as it is the foundation to explain the why you want to change some things. One of the most relevant case study is the one of Domino's. To explain the need for change, they decided to take a ballsy approach, highlight the negative comments provided by their customers when it came to quality of their pizza and service. And the choice was to publicly showcase this feedback and complaints. In this way, they told that there was a genuine reason to change, and their customers were explaining what was wrong and why Domino's needed a change. Number 3, the future. Describe how the organization is going to change. A change initiative creates disruption and a sense of loss. Therefore, after having explained the why of the choice to change, it is time to explain the how. I was talking to a client about a couple of weeks ago, and they told me how a recent implementation of an ERP failed because individuals could not understand how it would have been done. When focusing on the how, take 2 aspects into consideration. A, rigor. Tell about the strategy and the operating plan to deliver on it. Saying something along the lines, "trust me," is not enough. This initiative is not going to be implemented in isolation. There have been many changes where the trust was betrayed as it did not go according to plan. Keep the message to the point and use data. Data provides objectivity and can be measured. You also need to convey optimism, but being at the same time realistic. There is no point in being Pollyanna and creating a Pollyanna vision. It will have the opposite effect. You can use words, cartoons, pictures. Make sure that it's relevant to your workforce and the company culture. Make sure you repeat the story. Research shows that one of the biggest mistakes executives make is to under-communicate. I hope that this episode was helpful and that you will now start crafting your storytelling, focusing on those elements. It takes a little bit of time and a little bit of practice, but I'm sure that your storytelling is going to improve significantly. Until next time, I wish you a nice day and speak to you at episode number 4.